Hey everybody! I know you're probably super surprised to see me. It's been a long time. I have not made a video in a couple years now. I did keep my channel open, but I have just kind of reorganized it a little bit. Took some videos down that for personal reasons I didn't really want to keep up. I know I have some followers that know my story from day one when I started the channel in 2021. I will reshare my story in a future video. But right now I just wanted to touch base with everybody and let you all know I am still around. And the last video I did, I was talking about, well, the last couple of videos, I talked about my life coaching and where I was going. I became a certified life coach in 2021. And I had my practice, and it was going well. I was enjoying it, but at the same time, it was showing me where I still needed to heal. And so I took time off from it for a while. I took my webpage down. I did a lot of healing. Did a lot of my own, I needed some more therapy, some more help. And I've come a long way. In the meantime, we've made 2 moves to 2 different states since I made a video. And the first move was heartbreaking. My husband and I were in Tennessee, and that was home. I raised my kids there, and I have a son still there, 3 granddaughters. And last November, my son decided that he wanted to join the rest of the witness family and cut me off. So I don't really know my 3rd granddaughter, sad to say. She's 2, but I really don't know her because I've not been around her since she was a baby. As a lot of you know, I haven't seen my grandson since he was about 4. And my other 2 granddaughters I got very close with when we lived in Tennessee, and I don't know what they were told. I just know that we're not allowed to see them anymore, and there's really no explanation for it. We all know that. We all know the reasons. I know they come up with reasons to make themselves feel better. I did it too when I cut my dad off many, many years ago when he was just fellowshipped and I was still in the organization. But since then, I wanted to let you all know that, like I said, I moved twice. I went back to school, college. Yep, at my age, went back to college. I'm working now towards psychology degree. And I'm really doing it just for me. I don't know that I'll actually end up with a bachelor's. I don't know, because right now I'm actually working through my associates because, as everyone knows, we weren't encouraged to go to school. So I just picked up from where I left off back in the 80s and continued with my associates. So I'm over halfway through that, and I'm working my way. I actually just got accepted into the University of South Carolina, so I'm pretty excited about that, and I'm going to finish that degree. It's just been a goal of mine. But I've been all over the board with what I wanted to do, because when we wake up, especially at my age, I was 55 when I woke up, and you just start wondering, like, where am I supposed to be? Where am I supposed to go now, especially at my age? And so I had all these dreams when I was young. My dreams were, one of them was law, and that was a really, really big passion of mine, was law. I always wanted to work for state's attorney's office or, public defender, that kind of thing. And of course, at this point in my life, I'm not gonna pursue that to the end. Could I? Probably, yeah, but there's a lot of other things to do in life now. But I did go to work for a law firm here in South Carolina for a little bit. I was pursuing a degree in paralegal for a little while and decided that that's not where I wanted to go. Law didn't fit. It wasn't how I remembered it back in the day when I first started my interest in it and worked for other law firms. So now I'm back to pursuing my degree, but majoring in psychology. So I also picked up my life coaching again, starting to do that, which I'm excited about. I've changed a lot. I've revamped my website. I've added other things to it. I also am right now taking a course in art therapy, so I will be adding that certification in when I'm finished with that course. Really excited about what I'm learning with that. And I plan on for the future for this channel, I'd like to get into more interviews again. I actually did an interview, which I'm not super techie, so I'm going to try to figure out how to share that video. I don't think I can actually share it to this channel, but I'm going to drop a link down in the description of this video so that you all can see the video that I just did, the interview I just did, because I really did talk about my most recent experience, losing my son to the organization, the relationship, and just the latest things I've been going through. My plans for this channel are to, like I said, to bring other people on, interview. I feel like that's a really great way to heal and understand how to move on, is just to talk to other people that have done it, and sharing those interviews with you all, I think is very helpful in your healing process, because I know it was in mine. I hope that helps some of you to watch the different videos and the different interviews. So I mean, later on I'll probably get more in detail about my healing journey. I like to share different books. I'd like to start some blogs and share different ways that helped me to get to the point where I am right now, because being in the organization for 55 years, fourth generation, born in, losing my entire family, how in the hell did I end up being okay? How do you end up being happy? Like, how do you wake up every day? I've been asked this question several times. How do you wake up every day? How do you find joy in anything? Especially with the last heartbreak of losing my son, the relationship with my son. I mean, came out of nowhere. I got an email. No phone call, no goodbye, just an email, and that was it. I know why. It's not like I'm surprised. I know why. We were all conditioned. We were all brainwashed. We understand how it works. And the cognitive dissonance is so hard. We have to look for reasons, and he did. He pulled some things out of the air that just, most of them were, I don't even know. There's a lot of untruths and you could just read the cognitive dissonance in the email. It was literally mind-blowing when my husband and I read it. It didn't even sound like my son anymore. A totally different person. But that's what happens when you're in the organization. You're not you anymore. And that's another one of my videos I really would like to get into later on, is when you wake up, you're not really sure who you are. I was not sure who I was when I woke up. Did you ever see the movie with Julia Roberts and I think Richard Gere's in it, Runaway Bride? She dates guys, and every single time she dates one, she's about ready to get married, and she has taken on all of their, favorites. Whatever they like, she likes. If they make their eggs this way, she wants her eggs that way. If they drink their coffee this way, she does it that way. If their favorite, book is this, her favorite book is that. She doesn't have any identity. She's lost her identity. And right when she's about ready to get married, she runs away. Because she was just becoming who they were. That's what we do. When we're raised as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, we are immediately stripped of who we are. We don't know who we are. So, depending how long we're in, which in my case was 55 years, you get to a point where you go, well, what do I like? What do I not like? What kind of people do I want to really be around? Because we had all of our friends handpicked for us, right? We were told in the organization, those were our brothers and sisters, and we loved being around them. We loved them. That's what we were told. We loved them. Did we? Well, I'm sure we did. I'm sure we did for some of them, but there were some of them that I wouldn't choose to go to a store with. I wouldn't even want to sit in a room with a lot of them. And it wasn't that they were bad people. I'm not even saying that. It's just that they weren't my cup of tea. A lot of people. But we didn't have that option. So when you leave the organization, then what? Who is your cup of tea? Well, that's something you have to learn. And it's a really tough journey to be on. But I made it. So to answer the question, how I learned how to love myself. I never knew how to do that before. Because we're taught that we shouldn't. We're taught that Jehovah comes first, brothers and sisters come next, or maybe the congregation comes next, then they do. I don't know. But there's a hierarchy. And we're at the very bottom. Very, very, very bottom of it. So when you come out of the organization, you're used to being at the bottom. You're used to playing small. You continue to play small until you can figure out how not to do that. So it's a journey, and what I did learn was, and I've learned a lot in the last couple of years, was that we shouldn't rush that journey. In the very beginning, I was really pushing myself to heal, pushing myself to learn a lot more than I had the capability of learning. I'm a quick learner, so I think I've always been a little hard on myself and pushed myself into maybe learning a little more, taking on a lot more maybe than I could handle it at certain points in my life. But we were also taught to do that in the organization. We were also taught that, there was always another layer that they wanted to put on us. You're not doing this enough. You're not doing that enough. You're not doing this enough. And you were just piling it on. So we learned to do that. And that's another thing that we have to unlearn when we get out of the organization, is we have to learn how to pace ourselves and not be upset with ourselves if we don't get to a certain goal when we think we should. Because this healing coming out of this organization is a journey. It is not for the faint of heart. And I've learned so much in the last few years. So much. So I wanted to say hi. I wanted to share that with you. I know this was kind of not much of a, I didn't really have too much of an agenda for this particular video, except for to say hello again and reconnect with a lot of you. You know, my website's listed. You can send me an email, say hello, Lori, ClineLifeCoaching@gmail.com, and my website's LoriClineLifeCoaching.com. So, you know, feel free to reach out and say hi. And, you know, I'm not on here to be a big YouTuber, so, you know, if you like the video and you want to like it, great. It helps more people to find it. And if you want to subscribe, that's great too. But my main purpose is going to be to get back into my life coaching and help as many people as I can. I am actually an intuitive authenticity coach. I help people find their authenticity, because that was one of the biggest things I could not figure out when I left the organization, is who am I really? Who am I? And I know this will resonate with most, if not all of you. What is my true authentic, who is my true authentic self? So that's what I do in my life coaching now. I am gonna try to make some, like I said, I'm gonna get some interviews together. I don't know what the time frame is, I'll be honest with you, but I am always going to keep this channel open. And, you know, it's been a long time since I posted last time, so I'm going to put this video up and, you know, say hi and let me know you're still there. And then, you know, just keep your eyes open, because I'm gonna start putting some content together, and hopefully I'll be able to reach people and help some of you on your journey, because I know that you can't do it alone. I couldn't. You know, none of us can. We all need each other. We all need each other to help each other, because we're all coming from a different background, a different perspective. I mean, even in the organization, we all had our thoughts and ideas and our own perspective, even though we weren't supposed to use any of our own thinking ability. But we did, you know, and it's still in there. We just have to find it. But one of the biggest things that I want to leave with you with this video is how do I get up every day happy? Because I do. I'm not saying I don't have bad days. I do have bad days. I lost my whole family, right? I lost a lot. But I am happy. I'm a happy person because I learned how to love me. That's important. You need to learn how to love you. Because if you learn how to love yourself and like your own company, okay, which was pretty much stripped out of us with the organization, and that was for a reason. Because if they could isolate you to be with just their group of people and not even think about yourself, okay, you didn't put yourself first at all, you lose your identity, like I said, and it's harder to figure anything out. We depended on them to give us all the answers. So once you learn to love yourself, like your own company, you're going to be happy. You may not have everything the same as you had it before, because I don't. But when I get up every single morning, I am thankful for my freedom. I am thankful for my authenticity. And by freedom, I simply mean that I can just make up my own mind to do what I want to do. We didn't have that in the organization either. We were told what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, and how to feel about it. No one tells me how to feel about things anymore. I use my own gut instinct, my own intuition, to figure out where I want to go next and what I want to do next. And that is valuable, everybody. Really, it is. It's very valuable. That's happiness, when you can really feel that in yourself. that's part of learning to trust ourselves, which it's hard. I know it is. But I wanted to leave you with some of that information about me, and wanted, like I said, to check in, say hi, and again, I miss making videos and saying hi to all of you. I will, I'm going to start putting a lot of content together, and I'll see you on the next video. I hope you all have a great week. Bye.